Hi, I'm going to explain to all of you right now why the California government and police are so fiercely guarding all the burned out trash that these rich elite people left behind to burn in the California wildfires. And this is going to get real interesting if you stick around. But right now, they just announced on the radio that they will put you in prison for life. They said this over and over on the biggest radio station in California, on KFI AM 640. If you're watching this today, go listen to that station on the iHeartRadio app and listen to them. Now they're starting to say that the police have said they will put you in prison for the rest of your life under these weird special laws and rules they have about people stealing during a disaster. So they're saying that to the public right now to keep them from going into these areas and stealing stuff. And I'm telling you, there's a couple secret reasons why they're doing this, and I'm going to explain them to you. What else did they say? Okay, so now look, they have the Los Angeles Police Department, the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. They have the California National Guard, which is basically considered our military. So they have the military. They have armed private mercenary security guards and security companies. Plus, who knows what else, guarding these areas that are burnt to the ground. Because they keep saying, don't you dare come in here and loot. And I'm telling you, that's one of the reasons they're doing this. Is they don't want you to go in there and loot. But you're like, what are they going to loot? Everything's burned down. No, it's not. Not even close. See, I used to work in Hollywood on TV and films, and I used to live in Southern California, and I know hundreds, maybe thousands and thousands of these people personally that had these houses burnt down because a huge amount of them work in the motion picture industry as producers and actors and like heads of departments. I mean, you make a lot of money in Hollywood. And this is who is living in a lot of these areas. Because the super big rich houses in Pacific Palisades, they didn't get touched. But a lot of the other ones did. But the super rich had protection built into their houses and everything. So it's really hard to burn those things down. They have such advanced features in these smart houses. And that's a topic for another day. Except these are the people that are living, and all the athletes, and just the rich and famous from all over the world. The richest people, because this is one of the most beautiful, luxurious places in the world to live. So these things, this area was full of the richest people on the planet. It really was. And some of the most powerful. Now, I told you I worked in Hollywood on TV and films, and I met all these people. I mean, I've literally had breakfast, lunch, and dinner with the most powerful, most famous actors, producers, directors, athletes, all of them. I worked a little bit on some videos. So, I mean, I've been in every aspect of this. And I know all these people. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And like I said, I used to work in this industry, and I heard everything that these people said. I heard about their collections of things. I heard about hoarding of precious metals and everything you could think of. These people are the uber rich of the planet. So you're talking about, this is the best baseball collections in the world. This is the best comic book collections in the world. This is the best coin collections. And I mean best, I mean biggest and most valuable you could possibly think of. These people have hoarded the best and greatest of everything. Gems, gold, silver. The list goes on and on. Books, manuscripts. It really is really huge. And some of these people did this for a reason, because they belong to secret societies and small groups of people that are like protecting themselves and their friends and all their assets and hoarding things in certain locations, under houses and vaults and tunnel systems, everywhere you could think of, that are totally unknown to the public. but absolutely exist. That's why you're hearing about some of these houses. The news has actually told you a little bit of this. They said that some of these houses, the really rich ones, are connected by tunnel systems. And then they're like, and then they don't say why they even said that. So because they don't know if the ground's stable and if it's going to collapse. So it might not even be safe to go into these neighborhoods because the tunnels that connect some of the houses might be bad. I mean, they said that on the news, and I'm explaining more about this. There's a lot of tunnels, vaults, everything you think of. So there is billions upon billions of dollars of hoarded, everything you think of, copper, gold, silver, platinum, every precious metal you could think of. They've tried to hoard as much as possible. Collections of the best everything. They've tried to hoard the best of everything that's possible. Just in case there was a disaster or like a huge civil war and uprising like the Bible says and other places say this is going to happen. And a lot of these people truly believe that all of this is going to happen. I claim some of them are secretly trying to make it happen on one side or the other. But there is a lot of very, very hidden wealth in these areas. And it's protected in advanced safes, advanced vault systems, and most of it is totally fine. It did not get burned or torched. Except now you have people going in there looting, just trying to find the jewelry that, I mean, there's some of these people have 10, 20 pounds of gold just in their jewelry. And I'm not even talking about the hundreds of pounds of gold and silver that a whole bunch of these houses individually have underneath of them, that their owners have hoarded together, just in case something like this happens. And like the riots and stuff they expect after Trump gets elected. This goes very big. This goes very deep and very big. And it's connected to a lot of things. But I'm trying to sort of keep this video more centered on why they don't want you in these areas. Because they are protecting all of these hidden collections and hidden piles of gold. I mean, I'm telling you, there's hundreds and hundreds of pounds of gold in numerous places here. Hidden. And that's just gold. There's emeralds, rubies, diamonds. I mean, but every collectible you could think of. Every weird thing that is of value, these people have hoarded intentionally for this day and after. And that's why they are using the military, the police, private armed. I mean, they're using like special forces, people from the government that used to be in our military, Navy SEALs, Green Berets, all these kind of people. When they're retired, they open up security firms just to work for these people. I used to talk to these people every day on the stage. I'm like, who are you? And they're like, oh, I'm their security. And I'm like, oh, well, what were you, a Navy SEAL? They're like, no, a Green Beret. I ain't no fucking SEAL. I mean, I've talked to these people, and they guard them just when they're walking around. So now they're guarding these people's possessions that they had to leave behind. But they know 99% of them know they're pretty much okay because they're under the vaults and stuff. Just like at the Getty place. I don't even really know why they risked their lives to try to save that building. I mean, it's a nice building. I've been in it. And I've seen all the stuff in there. But I mean, oh no, that was the other rich guy. I'm sorry. That rich guy has a lot of hidden secret shit there. So I better not mention him yet. But the Getty, I mean, he's one of these families who did this in the first place, but he's made his collection public, and we go visit it at his museum. But I'm telling you, there's all these people, there's secret societies in these groups and in these like neighborhoods that have hoarded things together that really make the Getty Museum collection pale in comparison in value. But he built a fortress. I mean, underneath the Getty is like a fucking fortress of a vault. And that stuff will be safe no matter what kind of fire hits it. And that's what some of these people have under their houses. And they're trying to make sure the tunnels are okay. But that's why they don't want you looting. Because this is one of the most... If you were going to loot, man, I'm not telling you to do it at all. I don't think you should. But I could see why there's people doing it. except now they're threatening to put you in prison for the rest of your life. So I'm warning you, and I know these people, they will do it. I'm telling you, these are the people who've been running things there, and for this, they will do it if they can. They will lock you up forever because this is